Good morning, children. So I hope that previous video you already seen, and I hope that you have done that exercise also in your family. So now to switch on the next exercise, we have to learn little theory about that circle, and very important. The same theory you will see in the 10th standard also. So it is very important. So let us start a new point. Angle subtended by an arc of a circle. Now what is the meaning of subtended? That means formed. An angle formed by an arc on a circle. Now subtended, it for purposely they used because we have to compare with arc or any other angle. So that's why they spoke here subtended. And what they are saying about that theory? If two chords of a circle, you have to visualize that two chords of a circle. Here example is also given. If two chords of a circle are equal chords, I hope that you know what is a chord. Then their corresponding are congruent. Corresponding are. If chords, this is a chord, this is also chord. So AB is chord and CD is also chord and R. So let me use one pink color. R. I hope that you got that point. If two chords of a circle are equal, then their corresponding arcs are congruent. Now you know that what is the meaning of congruent, almost like a similar. And conversely, vice versa, if two arcs are congruent, then their corresponding chords are equal. Arcs are equal. Both are almost similar. If chords are equal, that means arcs are equal. And arcs are equal, that means chords are equal. This theory used to say. Such kind of question, if they ask, you have to remember that theorem. If the chords are congruent, then automatically arcs are equal. And if arcs are equal, that means automatically chords are equal. Now, what is given as a note? Congruent arcs of a circle subtended equal angle at the center of a circle. Again, congruent arcs. Now, if AB and CD are congruent, circle subtended equal angle. They will form equal angle at the center of a circle. Suppose this is a chord, and if they form a triangle, and if they form a circle over here, angle of over here, that means what they form at the center, it will always equal. Right? That we have to accept. This thing we have to accept. No need to prove that. Okay. Now let us go to theorem 10.8. Now here you can see the diagram first. Then we will go to the theorem. What they are trying to say. Here you can say is that minor arcs. Minor arc. Now you know that what is the theory or definition of minor arc, right? And major arc and semicircle, because it is important over here. Minor arc will be small. Semicircle, that means a line segment passes through the center of a circle, or we can say in bracket diameter. And the last, major arc. That means a bigger part will be covered by the arc. That is known as major arc. Now, according to the theorem of this, all the things, diagrams are given. First over here, minor arcs, semicircle, and major arcs. Right? So this is our diagram of the theorem. Now let us go what we are going to learn in this. So the angle subtended by an arc at a center is always double, then the angle subtended by at any point on the remain part of a circle. Now the question is what they are trying to say. Forget this thing. Concentrate over here. They are trying to explain us, suppose it is a circle, and here O is the center of the circle. Now they are saying if we form any angle with the circle is always double. Double, that means multiply by 2. If any part on the circle, suppose here, so this angle, any part, maybe this side, maybe this side, maybe this side, any part on the circle, that means this angle is always double than this angle. They are trying to explain in this theorem. What they are trying to explain, let me repeat it. Those who are not listening to me. In this case, we are going to prove that angle O is always double than angle A. If they form any angle over here, same thing we will say angle O is always double than B. Okay? So this we are going to prove in this theorem. So now let us start. Where is my duster? I got it. So firstly I have to explain the diagram. O is the center of circle for diagram 1. Then PQ is a minor arc. A is outer point on the circle. Angle POQ are center angle at the center of a circle, and A is, that means PAQ is an exterior angle, or we can say that angle on the circle. Similarly, in the diagram, O is a center, PQ is a diameter, and A is a exterior or on the circle angle PAQ. Similarly, PQ is a major arc, O is a center, and this angle is always double than this angle, right? So this will be the explanation of a diagram which is given to you, that you can write by yourself also, because it is not a science, it's a maths, but in a form of mathematical language you have to write. You cannot write in a explanation way. You have to put as a form of mathematical. Angle should be there, triangle should be there, then what topology you are using for a maths, it should be there. Then only it is reliable if you are writing by yourself. Otherwise, no. Now let us see one more. Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the class. Yesterday we saw about the subtended angle by arc with a circle, little theory and example, and we did the starting of theorem 10.8. As I told you at that time, that means 3 circles we have to compare with a minor arc, major arc and semicircle. Now you can see in the diagram it is given that from the center to the circle of any point we are drawing or forming one line through the center and keep the one arrow which is known as AB line or ray, right? And it is passing through the center. So we can see that it is a totally perpendicular to the line, which is if it is a major arc, minor arc, or major chord or minor chord or semicircle also. Now 90 degree, that means they are forming an equal triangle, right? So using this theory, let us start little more further. Now that I wrote from the each diagram AO, you can compare in the diagram, AO till B we carry. And here angle BOQ and angle equals to the sum of two front of the angles. So when this line divide a one triangle into two triangle, that means what? If you total both, then you will get one purple, right? So according to the that only angle BOQ is equal to the sum of that forming angle, the forming line angle AOQ plus angle AQO. Now it is dividing or passing through the center, that means the both distance from the center to the point will be same. So OA equals to OQ. Similarly, according to the theorem of SSASA, or we can consider as ASA and SAS. Okay, so angle OAQ is equal to angle OQA. That means once we have to keep the center A and once we have to center Q. I hope that in the diagram you can see that opposite angles from the line. That's why angle BOQ equals to, because both are equal, if we want to total it and both are equal, we can already did that 2 plus this both angles. So same thing for the another side, from the another opposite side, 2 angle OAP. Now compare these two equation. Let me give the equation name. Here you can compare angle BOQ plus angle BOP equals to what? 2 angle BAQ, 2 angle OAP. Now 2 will be the common, so we will keep a common. Then inside we will get that sum of 2 angles, or we can say 2 triangles. And if you sum it or if you total it, you will get angle PAQ. So that's why we can see that when the circle is there, angle formed by a chord at a center is always double than the circle they form on the center of a circle, radius of a circle or any point on the circle, right? I mean to say is that we can prove that this angle is always double than any other angle on the circle, right? So here very important theorem. You can see that from the last 3 years question paper, this question is there. So you have to write 2 times, 3 times till you are not getting. And if you have doubt, then you can ask me. According to the step wise I can explain. And also you can write in comment also, I will reply you. Okay, so this theorem is finished over here. Let us see a new theorem 10.9.